No dog calls, please. Okay, could I have your undivided attention? If you'll notice the placards that have been placed on your tables, some of you perhaps might be wondering or surmising exactly what we have intended at this time. And I'm sure some of you are probably going back to the book of Genesis, perhaps in chapter 7, where it talks about Noah and the ark and the animals, that sort of thing. And others of you perhaps are maybe thinking, perhaps he's going to do something from an episode of Gunsmoke or the Wild Wild West or something like that. And then others of you are probably just totally oblivious to what's going to take place, and others are saying, I really don't care, whatever. Well, actually, I'd kind of like to round up everybody's thoughts and take you back to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1. And it says something like this: there is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under heaven. Well, at this particular point in time this evening, I would like to introduce to you an event that demands, that necessitates, get the message, that insists that everybody participates in. Everybody. And it's one of those little events that at your particular table, if a few of you kind of push back, want to just observe, well, for those that participate, it's going to make them feel a little awkward, get my drift. So let me encourage you to make sure that everybody at your table jumps in and participates with us. What I'm going to do is read a short story. It's called Beautiful Bessie. Now, as I read this, I'm not really sure if this is a true story or not, but anyway, as I read this short story, you'll notice that I'll say a few words, and occasionally those words will match the top word on your placard. Now, when I say that word, either in a singular or a plural fashion or form, and I pause or hesitate, then it's your responsibility as a table to make sure you say the bottom portion that's assigned to your name of your table, okay? Got it? Now, there's one catch. When I'm all done with this, my last phrase is going to be, "Ride 'em cowboy." Now, when I say that, when I'm done, when I conclude, make sure that everybody at your table says your sound for your word that's assigned to your table. Got it? Okay, well, let's practice. I don't believe you. Everybody that's got cowboy or cowboys, raise your hand. Okay? Okay? Let's practice. Now, you're to say yippee. We're not living back in the 60s. We're not going to say hippie, Pastor. We're going to say yippee. Got it? Okay. Cowboy. I didn't hear that table. Okay, one more time. Everybody that has cowboy, cowboy. Fantastic, you're hired. Okay, next, rattlesnakes. Now, your assigned sound to project or generate is hiss, rattle, rattle, hiss, rattle, rattle. Let's try it. First of all, who's got rattlesnakes? Where are the reptiles? Just one table? Okay. Rattlesnakes. Ken Owens, that was fantastic. Now let's do it together. Now, if you want, we can make this rather interesting. I mean, if you want to do parts, if you've got the talented table and you want to have tenors, basses, altos, and sopranos, go for it. Okay, rattlesnakes. Close enough. You're hired. Okay, now Bessie, well, she screams. So who's got Bessie? Bessie. Now, you can scream loud, soft, whatever you want to do. Go for it. Bessie. have is love. Now, I don't want to get personal, but everybody makes... Well, that's pretty good. Come up here. Now, everybody's got their own little particular habits when they make noise here, when they're making love noises, so I'm not going to tackle that one. Everybody with love. I quit. I'm not going to touch that. Everybody that's got love, raise your hands. Okay, let's go for it. Love. That's great. Don't get carried away with that. Okay, after love, we have bandits. Now the bandits are to make a grrr, something like that sound. All the bandits, please raise your hands. Okay, we have 2 tables. Let's go for it, bandits. Bandits. That's great. Now, make sure you really project when we do this so all of us can hear you, and so that Ron can get it on tape. Okay, the next one is horses. Now, the horses have it made because they don't have to put their lips in motion. They just sit there and move their feet. And they stop. So let's try it. Where's the horses? Okay, well, good looking horses. All right, ready? Horses. That's even better. Great, fantastic. Don't even have to practice that again. Okay, the cattle go moo, something like that. Now, who's got the cattle? Okay, just one thing. Just be glad you're not a pig. I mean, you know, cattle's not quite that bad. Let's try it. Cattle. Great. Have you been practicing? You knew we were going to do this, right? Okay. That was fantastic. That's great. I love it. Okay, after cattle, we have guns. Where are the big guns? 357 mags. Okay, let's try it. Guns. Got it down. Fantastic. The wolves kind of go, yoo, or something like that. Who's got the wolves? Okay, let's try it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yahoo! Glad it's not a full moon tonight. All right, the villain kind of goes, ha, 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 something like that. So where are the villains? Oh, my brother-in-law, I should have known it. Who else is back there? Okay, let's try it. Villains. No? Once more? Okay, one more time. Villains. You know, usually when you practice, it gets better, huh, Mrs. Duncan? But, you know, that doesn't seem to be working for these people. It's getting worse. Let's try it one more time. Villain. Good enough. We've only got an hour for this. Okay. Does everybody feel comfortable with your part? You know what to do? No questions? Any questions? Okay, here we go. And remember, when I say Riding Cowboy at the end, everybody do your part. Okay. There once was a handsome cowboy named Bill Jones, who lived far, far out west on a great ranch. He spent most of his days riding the range on a fine black horse named Napoleon, and following his herds of bawling, white-faced cattle. On the adjoining ranch lived beautiful Bessie, brown with her aged parents. All the cowboys loved Bessie. But especially did the heart of the handsome Bill go pitter-patter when he looked into her eyes, which were limpid pools of darkness. The bold bandit Two-Gun, Sam did also feign to win the heart of beautiful Bessie. Good. But she spurned his love. One day, Bessie's father and mother received a letter asking them to come to town at once. because the ruthless villain was about to foreclose on the mortgage to the ranch. Mr. Brown hitched up their horses. They put their guns in the wagon. Mrs. Brown placed her rattlesnake charm in her purse, and they drove away to town. "Aha!" cried the bold bandits. Two Gun, Sam, when they were out of sight, for he had forged the letter. "Now I shall have the love of beautiful Bessie." So he rode his horse up to the house and shot both of his guns. But Bessie ran out of the house to see if someone had killed a wolf or a rattlesnake. Somebody step on that rattlesnake. When the girl saw Two Gun, Sam, she started to run for her house, her horse. I told you, Mrs. Duncan, I need more light. But the bold bandit grabbed her by the wrist. "Oh, proud beauty," he said, "you shall be my wife, and someday I shall own all of your father's cattle." "Never," said Bessie. "I do not love you." "Then perhaps you would rather be taken to a den of puny little rattlesnakes. Or eaten by the big mean wolves. Or trampled by the cattle. Yes, anything, rather than have you steal my love and take my father's cattle. Unhand me, you villain." Got the villain sleeping. "Very well, proud beauty. To the rattlesnakes we go." And he put her on a horse and sped away. Gun, shots rang out, and 2 bullets went through the top of the bold bandit's sombrero. "Stop, villain." "Rattlesnake?" Whoop. It was the handsome cowboy, Bill Jones. When Two Gun, Sam, saw the cowboy, he muttered to himself, "Rats." Foiled again, he dropped beautiful Bessie from his horse, threw his gun away, and started for the hills with the wolves, the rattlesnakes, and cattle roam, for he knew he would never win the love of Bessie, nor get her father's cattle. The handsome cowboy looked into the eyes of beautiful Bessie, which were still limpid pools of darkness, and they both forgot about the wolves and the rattlesnakes and the villain who wanted Mr. Brown's cattle. Bessie thanked the handsome cowboy for rescuing her from the bold bandits, and told Bill that she had been saving her love for him. So they rode off together on their horses. Ride 'em, cowboy. Give yourself a hand, you did a fantastic job.